All right, guys. I'm Big Mike, and like always, I'd like to thank you for being here today. Today we have Velocity Futures. Julie is going to be talking about what it takes to open a new account with Velocity. Specifically, she's going to cover the platforms that are available, the customer portal and all the features within the portal, the client services, technology, infrastructure, commissions, margins, and more. June is our 3-year anniversary on Big Mike Trading, so this webinar is part of several webinars in June where we are giving away some special prizes. Pay close attention during the webinar because at the end there's going to be a quiz. We're going to ask 3 questions and there's going to be 3 winners, and those winners will receive 3-cent commissions for 3 months. Those commissions are just for the commission itself. It still will have the NFA fees and the exchange fees, but the actual commission price will be dropped to 3 cents for a 3-month period. All right, guys, give me 1 second and I'll be turning things over to Julie. Hang on.
Let me see. Is
There
it
it goes.
showing the
Yeah.
correct screen?
Yeah, we've got it now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Hi, everyone. My name's Julie with Velocity Futures. I'm an AP with Velocity, and today, like Mike said, I'm just going to be going over some basic features on what we offer to our customers, some of the platforms we offer, as well as how to set up an account and how to get a free demo, and just going over some of the basic features. So just want to say thanks to Mike for getting us all together, and let's get started. It's just a basic rundown. Right here is a snapshot from our website, tradewithvelocity.com, and it just kind of goes over some highlighted features as to why you would want to open an account with Velocity. We offer low intraday margins, competitive commission rates, and we've been listed in Futures Magazine Top 50 Brokers for the past 4 years, and we are heavily invested in technologies, as well as we provide our customers with cutting-edge tools, and we maintain competitive pricing. So these are just some of the basic features that we can offer you once you open an account with us. We have a very powerful tool in our customer portal. If you once I go more in detail to it, you can see some of the features that we offer, which are free to you once you open an account with us. On our website, if you go to the commissions link, you're going to see a list of the products that we offer, and you can click on the commission, the actual word commission. It's going to open up another page, and I've kind of shown a little screenshot here, and within that page you're going to see several tabs, which are the platforms that we offer, and within each of the platforms you can click on each tab and show the commissions. Like in here I've highlighted Sierra, which is a popular platform that we offer, and the level 1 commission is going to start at $3.62 a round turn. These are all-in commissions, so everything is listed here, as well as you can see the intraday margin for the ES is set at 500. The overnight maintenance, which is the exchange required, those are also posted here, which is what you would need to hold any overnight positions. Throughout the website, you'll see that there's a link to open a new account. That's where you can see Get Started in the top left corner. If you click on any particular tab, you'll see that link. On the main page also, you're going to see the more information on each of the platforms that we offer. We have several webinars where the actual platform provider goes very in-depth into each particular platform, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go more into opening an account with us. Once you click on the Open an Account link, it's going to take you to the application. Everything is online. You can basically send everything. It proceeds through, it walks you through each step. You'll see at the very top there's blue highlighted sections that walk you through each information and tab that you go through. And once you're actually finished with the account opening application, it's going to generate an account number, and you're going to have a login to your customer portal. So here is the actual screenshot from someone's customer portal. Things have been altered and changed for compliance reasons, obviously. But this main overview page has basically a very good snapshot of everything that you would need to know as far as your account balances and some certain positions. If you see right in the middle, this is where you would see your current position, your real-time P&L. There's also a refresh button if you just want to make sure and refresh it there. You'd see the amount of trades that you've done in and out, the closed P&L, open P&L, and also at the bottom you're going to see your start of day balance, which is updated as your statement comes out. It would pull through your current balance. So this is a good tool. It's good to log into daily just to double check your balances. It's always good to check that daily. On the right hand side you're going to see the recent statements. You can click on see more. It'll go back to when you first funded the account. You can go in there and open them up, PDF them. They're emailed to you, but this is also another backup if you need to go back and you couldn't find an email. You can click on here and access your statements. In the bottom right corner is a link to fund your account. You can deposit funds, withdraw funds. You have to have banks approved prior to sending out funds, and just make sure that you're adding banks that match your trading platform so you don't have any issues with wiring funds in and out. Once the bank's approved and set up, we send out the wires same day if you request them before noon, and afternoon if you request them. They'll be sent the following business day if you request them afternoon. Also on the main page is where we would list any important messages. If there's any holidays coming up or any policy changes, it's usually highlighted right on the main page. You could click there to read more in depth as to whatever the message is entailing. And if you notice at the top, there's several tabs where you can see the overview, which is a page we've been on, the platform, which would basically have any links that you would need if you needed to re-download the software, as well as your credentials. There's another tab for statements again, but again they're available on the main page, so it's easily accessible, as well as if you need to look at your any history, as well as add any users. And there's some different settings that you can test here. In the settings section is also where you would be able to create the alias to log into the leaderboard, which we'll go into that a little bit more. At the top there's also links for your banking tab, there's leaderboard links, and then there's links for reports and different tools. Right here is different reports that you can run through your customer portal. If you see, I kind of combined quite a few of the reports. You can see the drop down. There's several that are available to you. But if you look in the top left, there's like a basic simple P&L curve over time. You can set the different statements and time for any range that you want and then run the report. You could also export these reports to a PDF for your convenience also. In the top right, there's a graph regarding daily contract volume. In the bottom left, there's two different pie charts that show your winning versus losing trades, short, long, winning trades. And in the bottom right, there's a bar chart that shows gain or profit or loss by the hour of the day. The leaderboard is a very popular feature among all of our clients. If you can see in the bottom left corner, at this date on April 16th when this screenshot was taken, there was 1,045 traders opted in to view this. So this is a shared trader community. Again, very popular. Just to give you a rundown on how you would, once you logged in, once you opted in, your name would be created, whatever your alias name, and you would see yourself in blue, and then in green are the leaders of each category. So the top leader for the open P&L, the top leader for the closed P&L, as well as the net. And then off to the right, you would see each person's ranking based on the today's year-to-date ranking, as well as the person that would be ranked number one for month-to-date, and then also year-to-date ranking. And we are constantly working to expand this community because it is so popular. So they're working on a lot of important features to get this going. The next tab next to the leaderboard is the lagger board. Again, you would be highlighted in blue, and this is just basically the reverse of the leaders. These would be the biggest losers for the day, as well as whatever products they were trading. The open P&L, closed P&L, obviously there's no highlighted ranking. I don't think anyone's interested in seeing who's number one on that one. Under the product tab, you can go more into viewing which products are traded. Maybe you don't want to see them all at once. If you leave it unfiltered, it's going to show, you know, the number one product traded, the profitable product for that time. If you filter it out, then you can sort it out by whichever product you're more interested in, by any single particular product. And you can see the rankings, the ones that are ranked number one for that particular product if you don't filter it through. The statistics section in this tab would give you the statistics for the group as a whole. So this displays different pie charts that will basically show if the traders are up or down or flat. The top two, you can select it and just see it overview, or you can sort it by a product. So at the top we left it unfiltered, and at the bottom we sorted it by the ES to see you know, how many as a group were more profitable, who's up, who's down, who's flat, the weighted by volume. All that's available. There's other statistics. Instead of pie charts, there's different bar charts that you could go through, sorting through the statistical tab. You can also still, again, sort out a particular product. You can leave it for the group as a whole. There's just so many different features that you can do, and it's basically helpful for each trader. However, you know, this can be twisted and turned in a way that would help you benefit your particular trading. Different people want to look at different options, but there's so many available to each one, so it's pretty individually customized to be able to suit your needs. On the out of the customer portal, back onto the trading platforms. Again, we offer 5 different trading platforms. XTrader is a premier trading platform that we offer. We just did a webinar a couple weeks ago on Big Mike's that went into their ADL, which is their new programming. They can do strategies and blocks, and it's pretty interesting. That was a pretty long webinar, so I can't go too much into that one, but that would be a feature of Pro. We also offer QST, CQG, Sierra Chart, and NinjaTrader. Most all the platforms that we offer, we do have free versions, so it's just a matter of what you'd like to enable. XTrader Pro would obviously not be one of the free platforms that we offer. To go a little bit into the technology side, our infrastructure, we have world-class data centers in Chicago, Houston, and we are currently still working on moving our data centers over to the Aurora data center, which is going to basically be in the same building as the CME matching engine, but that's still being in the works too. So right now we have the Equinix data center right across from the CME exchange. And if you have any other questions or anything that might not have touched on particular to you, you can always, on our website, there's a chat feature. Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, on our website.
There's a few questions now, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I can't expand this portion of it.
I'll ask them.
Okay, let me try and open it up. The window's so small, but I was just going to let them know that there's on the website, on TradeWithVelocity.com, there's that live chat, which someone picks that up all the time, and then if you call the 1-800 number, anyone that answered would be a licensed broker available, and as well as the email, we usually get back pretty quickly on that.
So I wanted to mention real quick that I know you guys don't officially list multi-charts as a platform, but I've used it and it does work fine. So you got all your bases covered with everything that's popular on the forum. So NinjaTrader,
right?
Of course,
with multi-charts, you would choose a fixed connection credential.
Yeah, exactly. Choose fixed. So multi-charts, NinjaTrader, Sierra Chart, CQG, XTrader, and QST. And then I wanted to make sure everyone understands that when you go to your website, All those commissions for every single platform are published. That's a real big thing. I know a lot of people get upset when they go to some other broker's page and they don't see commissions listed. So I think it's worth mentioning that you guys are very straightforward and upfront and say, here's our commissions. And if you do a certain amount of volume, then you can see what the tier breakdown does, the commission rate.
Right, yeah, the little snapshot I showed with Sierra, that's what I was mentioning. They were all in, and any other tab you click on, they're going to be all there fully disclosed. There's no hidden commission cost that's going to be added.
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning one more time that the portal is really fantastic. You know, I've used many brokers over the years, and the Velocity portal is unmatched. It really is. It's really fantastic. I love it. It gives you such a lot of statistics that would be, I mean, you could do them yourself in Excel, but it's a lot of extra work, and they do it for you, so why not? And, of course, the leaderboard is always cool. Adds a little sense of competition to see, you know, who you're trading against. You know, you don't know who they really are unless they tell you, you know, on BMT or whatever, unless they disclose who they are. But you can always, it gives you a sense of rivalry during the day, you know, to always be competing to get better. It's always nice to see that. All right, so I see several questions. So the first one is, does Velocity offer any kind of daily loss limit? And do you also participate? Well, let's take that one first. Do you have a daily loss limit?
Yeah, we can. It would have to be a dollar amount. We can't do like a percentage of any sort. Again, it's not an automated feature we can plug into each of the platforms, so we can't guarantee that it would always be, you know, be right spot on that particular dollar amount. But we can incorporate a loss limit for an account and turn them off if once they reach a set dollar amount for their account.
And I talked to Dale recently about this, and I know that he said that he's working on making it part of the portal so that everyone can set their own limits. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, like I said, the portal is still constantly being expanded, so there's going to be a lot more features that they are working on to get that up. But yeah, at this time, it's still a manual type process, but we can alert that for us.
Okay, so second question is, do you participate in the CME Exchange Waiver Program? I think he's talking primarily about IQ Feed. And I know the answer is
yes. Yes. So just email us the IQ account number, and we'll complete the form, and we'll email you with a copy to let you know. And usually within the same day or next day, someone from DTN would contact them and I guess set it up where they waive that fee.
And that's great. They can really save a lot of money. Okay, Pat wants to know, do you accept Roth IRAs and HSA accounts?
The IRA, there is a link to set up with the IRA account. I don't know their background on the HSA account. I'm not really sure. I can check with compliance and get that information.
Okay, so Pat, best for you to use the
just email if you want to email operations. It'd probably be easier because compliance doesn't get on the live chat feature. So if you just email that operations, and then we can forward that to them to get the information.
Okay. And Andre wants to know if he transfers money from his current, or can he transfer money from his current broker to Velocity, and how is the bank information confirmed?
Yeah, we can accept wires from other brokers. Just when it's coming through, just make sure it's set up in the same account name that matches the one that you set up with Velocity. And how is the bank info confirmed? I mean, you would basically give the other broker our wiring instructions, which then they would send the wire to us, and we could see where it comes from and the name of the account once they send it, so we would just apply it to your account.
And Sal wants to know, does Xtrader support IQ Feed? And Sal, no, Xtrader is a trading technologies product, so it uses the TT feed. It's not possible to have any kind of external feed for that. Xtrader is really for a different type of trader than what you would normally see using NinjaTrader or Sierra Charts. So it may not be for you unless you know it's for you, unless you know you want it. All right. Andre wants to know, what's the minimum deposit to set up an account?
A new account minimum is $5,000.
Okay. And DW Thomas says that he thinks your margins for oil and gold are too high. And before you answer, I want to answer because, you know, I see this happen all the time on the forums. You know, I see new people come on, and the very first question they ask is, what's your margins? And, you know, I mean, brokers can make the margins whatever they want for the intraday margin, but it's really, I think that a broker that is setting realistic margins, their goal is to help you. Because think about it. if there's broker A and there's broker B. If broker A has lower margins than broker B, then a lot of inexperienced traders automatically think that less is more, right?
Right.
And so a broker that's actually standing up for saying, no, here's the margin we're going to give you, is really trying to help you. And it's because futures are such a leveraged instrument. It's huge amounts of leverage, guys. To complain, because you're having $1,000 margin instead of $500 margin on a certain product is really, it shows your inexperience, in my opinion, because you can just blow up your account that much faster. So I really, first of all, I think the margins are great, but I really think that you got to be very careful with that, and don't just run to a broker that's going to give you less commission, because all it's really going to do is blow you up that much faster. What you want is a broker that's going to actually stand up and say, no, I don't want to give you, that low of a commission, because I actually want to see you succeed. So just bear that in mind. Anything you want to add? Sorry, I went on a little.
No, I mean, I agree. I agree with that completely.
Lubos wants to know, is it possible to set a hard stop for the day? I think that we've already covered that. Lubos, you're talking about a daily loss limit. So yeah, they said that they can do it manually right now, and they're working to make it to where you can configure it yourself inside the portal. So hopefully sometime soon that'll be there. Tom wants to know the minimum amount to open an account. That was covered. What was the answer again?
Yeah, it's 5,000 for minimum. He says to trade ES, but it doesn't matter what products you're trading. That's just the minimum across the board to open a new account.
And that actually mentions something good. So your screenshot only showed CME, but you guys cover all futures, so you can get all the currencies, all the commodities, everything.
Right. It's just once you click on that commission link on our main page, you're going to see a long list of the products that we offer, and even some things that might not be on there that we may offer. It was just that we listed the most popular products in each exchange that we can, and that way we could also list the commissions to show you on each particular product for each particular platform what the all-in commissions are. So right. Yeah, it's hard to show all that in this screenshot.
And David says he's in Europe, and he wants to know what other special conditions might need to be met in order to open an account.
If he goes through just on an individual trading account, we have several international customers, so there's really nothing in addition that we would do for one or the other. Just go through the basic application process. Once you fund it, there's a few electronic trading document disclosures and like an ID that he'd need to submit. But all that once you complete your application, it's the same basically for everyone. Once they log in, they're going to see what items are missing, and once they're submitted, once it's cleared, then they're able to trade. So.
And I think it's a good time to mention that I know. You guys, TT has gateway servers over in Europe, so for anyone that's trading over there, that's definitely an advantage to have a localized gateway server to connect to. Let's see. Patrick is asking, do you assign each customer with a contact of a broker in case of emergency or lost transmission, and is there a charge whenever you have to call your broker?
There are charges if we needed to execute a trade for you. However, being assigned one particular broker, we don't do that. If you call the main number, anyone that picks up, we are all licensed and we can all execute a trade for you, so you don't have the problem of not being able to reach one person or the other. As long as the market's open, there's someone here 24 hours to be able to assist you at any time. So if the market's open, we're here, you call, we can help you out, whoever answers.
And I think, again, I've been with Velocity a long time, so I know all the little secrets, and I want to share them. So I think it's really cool that when you call Velocity, it knows, like, it's linked to my phone number, right? So when it calls, it knows who I am, and it knows if I'm in a position. So, like, a few months ago, we had some bad storms here in Dallas, and I lost my internet connection, and I was in a position. So I called up, 2 in the morning or whatever, and it got an immediate connection to a broker who knew I was in a position, and I just asked him to close it out. And there's no charge, I think, for something like that. I think that the charge, if I am not mistaken, Julie, is if you trade by phone, like literally place your trades by phone, then
Well, no, if you're like an exclusive phone trading
right.
person who does not want to execute, then yeah, there's a higher charge for that. But yeah, there is if we have to basically liquidate a position, any sort of risk disclosures, but also any voice trade. Yeah, there is a $5 charge for any voice trade. So even if you do lose connection or something, we're available there. There is a broker's charge for each transaction.
Okay. Paul wants to know, do you have ACH transfers?
No, we only accept wires. We can send funds out to the U.S. via check or wire, but there's no ACH transfers. But incoming is strictly wires.
Okay, and Joseph wants to know, this is a long question, let me read here. He's interested in the Velocity leaderboard and, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Joseph, he wants vendors that sell something to show whether or not they're really profitable on the leaderboard. Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking, Joseph. David wants to know, how do you draw money out of the account? So you just said that, check or wire. And
yes, and then I think I mentioned it, I don't know if he was here during the webinar, but for wires, you have to set up a bank, so that's approved, and then whenever you request a wire out, if you request it before noon, we send it out the same day. After noon, we would send it out the following business days. So we're not holding it for any extended amount of time once you request your wire.
And Patrick is asking, is there any kind of a monthly fee for NinjaTrader?
Yeah, there is to Ninja. You would pay Ninja directly. We do not charge any extra fee on top of whatever Ninja would charge you for your license key fee.
Okay, and since you're asking, I also note or want to remind everybody that for Sierra Chart, if anyone's interested in Sierra, which I use personally and think is a great platform, that you do give that out for free. I think Sierra has two different packages. They call it level 3 and level 5, and Velocity will give level 3 out if you want, and then you could always upgrade to level 5 if you want. Or of course you could just do it yourself. You can just pay Sierra directly if you would like.
Right. The level 3 we do offer for free. The level 5, I think it has more features as far as studies that they offer available to you on the charts, and that's a $25 fee just across the board for level 5.
All right, and let's see.
I think he also asked how long it would take for new wire transfers to be.
Oh yeah, yep. And how long is that?
If we receive it the same day, we update it. As soon as the wire hits our bank, we update it.
And I see a question about the data feed in the European server. It's all Trading Technologies, right?
Well, it is, except for CQG and QST. CQG has their own data feed. So they have their own support system. So if you use CQG platform, I don't think it's a very popular platform among your community, but they have their own data feed.
Right. Okay. And you can get both CQG Trader or CQG IC, and of course you have to pay appropriately for those.
Right. IC, and you would pay them. Yes.
Okay, and let's see. What is the margin policy regarding trading during Globex overnight session and not holding overnight?
Well, as far as the night trading session, the 500 intraday margin for like 6E and the ES, it looks like he was interested in, starts at 7 a.m. and for the ES would be over by 3:15 Central Standard Time, and the 6E would be over by 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. When the market reopens, like for the evening session at 5 o'clock, we do raise the margins to 1,500 per contract, so you're not going to get that 500 intraday margin. It's just a little less liquid during the evening session, so we do raise that, but it's still a lot lower than the overnight requirement as far as what's required by the CME.
Okay, and I see a question. Andre wants to know what suggestion on charting package that offers market profile and TPO charting. I mean, I know that you can get add-ons for NinjaTrader to do those things, but it's not built in. Sierra Chart has pretty much everything built in. And let's see.
Yeah, I mean, for the value I would guess, yes. Sierra versus Ninja, I would say Sierra.
Yeah, for those things especially. Lubos wants to know, what is the base currency? Everything's going to be in dollars, right? Or can you specify?
Yeah, I mean, we can accept wires in euro or British pound. and you can maintain an account in that. However, when you logged into your customer portal or anything in converting your buying power through your platform, it's going to be converted to US dollars. But if you look on your statement, you can keep and maintain those funds in that currency. So just be mindful if you start trading in different currencies, you're going to incur any conversion charges or stuff like that. But if you fund in euro, you want to keep it in euro, that's fine. Just if you start trading the ES and you maintain a loss, you're going to have to get a portion converted and you're going to incur charges for that.
Okay. And Mark wants to know, how much does a wire transfer out cost?
Out is 30 in the currency with which they're sending. So we can send out in euro. We can also, so it would depend on the currency. So if it's dollars, it's dollars.
And why is the Sierra commission cheaper than NinjaTrader?
It's all the platforms have a certain cost to us. We can offer them for free to customers, but we are taking a cost in everyone, so all those costs are already built in. So Sierra's just happens to be cheaper.
And Richard wants to know the connection to multi-charts. Okay, yeah, Richard, you just select on the Velocity side, you just select TT Fix as your platform, which is just the fix adapter, the feed, and then you can plug that into multi-charts, no problem.
Right. The reason we don't say we offer it is because we technically don't support it. So we're going to give you fixed connection credentials, but if you had a question, something wasn't working right in that particular platform, we're just not officially supporting it. So you'd have to contact multi-charts to get anything handled with that. So we just say we offer, the ones that we currently offer.
Sure, you got to support them, right? So I can tell you personally that it works fine, but be mindful that Velocity won't give you tech support. Okay, so Vance wants to know, do you accept any clients from Ontario? And
no, actually we don't. For Canada, you have to have a Canadian entity, so there would basically need to be Velocity Canada. We don't have that.
Okay. Hans wants to know, are you clients? Sorry, I was having trouble reading this. Is Velocity a client in the ECM program via the CME?
I'm not familiar with that.
Neither am I. I don't know what that is. Hans, you'll have to clarify.
Yeah, he can email operations, and then I can forward it to.
Okay. Obviously, I know Velocity is a full FCM, and I also know that Velocity has a desk where they can help you get a seat on various exchanges if you need help getting a seat. That's something that I really need to do myself. Okay, Dan wants to know, is there a report on traders using Sierra Chart? So Dan, if you're talking about the portal, that's platform agnostic, right? It accounts for all trades on all platforms.
Right. It's product. I guess product specific on each trading. There's no platform sorting of any kind.
Okay. And Lubos wants to know, what's the margin for the 6E for the day session?
From 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, it is 500. It looks like he's maybe European, so he would fall under our evening session, which would be 1,500, because it is traded on the CME.
Right, because it'd be considered overnight here. Okay.
Right. It would be the evening session here. So yeah, but if as far as if you wanted to trade Eurex products, we would keep those. Those particular products are say 500 euro intraday during the European hours.
Right. Okay. Sal's asking, do you have to have a separate account to use TT Fix credentials in order to use non-supported third-party platforms like MultiCharts?
Yeah, I guess that's what he says. Is a separate account maintained?
Yeah, and I can speak from experience here too, that you can have multiple sub-accounts. So like if you want Sierra Chart, but you also want MultiCharts, then that's not a problem. You can do both.
Right, you would need multiple accounts.
Right.
Account 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could have fixed credentials. Account 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 could have Sierra credentials, and you can link those. There's a way we can link them when you log into your own customer portal. You can select a drop-down menu and log into your other accounts easily. That way, you don't have to log into each kind. We can do that, and it also allows you to easily possibly wire funds between two accounts if you were maybe needing margin or something like that. You can do that also.
Right. So yeah, Sal, you can just do a sub account. As far as market delta, I'm not sure actually. if they support TT or not. I don't know, Julie, do you know?
Yeah, that's more of it's charting stuff. TT's charting is not the best, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
that's what you want.
Yeah, they only recently changed that, so I don't think that would be. I think IQ feed is what you want for Market Delta.
Right.
Then you would execute on a separate platform, like maybe just bring up Sierra or something like that, or XTrader to execute on.
Yeah, if you're really into charting and all that stuff, then I would invest separately on all that stuff.
Okay, and Lord wants to know how easy is it to pull out funds and how often can you do it?
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you request the wire before noon, we send it out the same day. Afternoon, it'll go out the following business days. You just have to make sure that you have a bank approved into your account. So once you set up your account and you plan on wiring funds, just log under your banking tab and make sure you get that bank approved.
Right.
And it's usually approved the same day, and you can, the wire policy is the same.
I see Hans has clarified. So you're talking about a membership for the customer, Hans. And yeah, I mean, Julie, you can answer, but I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. That Velocity supports all the various CME memberships, so that if you have a membership.
Yeah, if you look on the website too, it was just further down. There's commissions for members, and you do get cheaper commissions if you are a member. Yes, so you would have to just send us information on your membership, and we would just apply it to your account to get that credit.
Right, and I see a follow-up question on using a check instead of a wire to transfer money out. It's the same process, right?
Well, the checks are going to take longer than a wire. You would just go through and request it, and then the way the checks are cut is we don't physically cut a check here. The funds are with the Bank of America, so it's sent, and there is a Bank of America location that cuts it and sends it to you. So we say to allow up to 14 business days for a check to get received. So if you're not in a rush, then you can definitely request a check. It would have to be within the U.S. So we're not going to send out checks internationally. Okay.
And I see Jonathan asking a membership question for CME membership. That's probably best to talk to operations at Velocity. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. If anybody has...
it looks like someone said, is there a minimum account size at our minimum maintenance margin? I don't know if that's what he's asking.
Oh, okay. I don't see that question.
Or no, oh, okay, never mind. He went into electronic corporate membership. Well, just as a side note, the minimum maintenance margin is $1,500, so you're going to want to keep that in your account to maintain an activity and trading.
Okay. Hans is asking, is there a minimum account size? I think he's talking about after you fund the account.
Yeah, the $5,000 is the minimum for new accounts, and then to remain active, you'd have to keep above $1,500.
Okay. Okay, and I think you just said that the accounts are held as a segregated account at Bank of
America. Yes.
All right, guys, if you have other questions, type them in now. Otherwise, I guess it's time to give away 3 prizes. So the way this works, I guess, is Julie is going to ask one question at a time. For the first question, the first person that answers correctly will win the 3-cent commissions for 3 months. For the second question, we're going to pick the second person to answer correctly. And for the third question, we'll pick the third person to answer correctly. That's just make it a little bit more fair, since I know you guys are spread out. That way you don't have to be the fastest.
Okay, and then Mike, I think they gave me a note. They said, I don't know if it's posted somewhere, it's 3 cents commission, so it's per trade, it's not round turn, just to clarify. It's still a very good deal, but I just want to make sure.
Okay, and I want to make sure everyone understands that that's just the commission side, that you still have to add the NFA and the exchange fees, but still a very good deal.
Yes. Okay, the first question is, what are the ES commissions for Sierra chart?
Okay, and if you see the right answer, let me know. I don't have it.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Is the first one right?
No, the first person answered like margin.
Okay, 362, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so Richard, I need your BMT username and sorry, I almost asked for your password. I don't know why. It's been a long day. Richard, I just need you to type in your BMT username, and I'll get in contact with you. Okay. All right, so the answer is 362. So what's the second question?
The second question is, how many platforms does Velocity offer? The first one.
Okay. Well, we're looking for the second person to answer correctly.
The second person is incorrect.
Okay. Let's see. Is the answer 5?
Yes.
Okay. I hope I don't say your name incorrectly. Kojava. Kojava, I need your BMT username, please. So the answer is 5. Okay, got it.
Okay, right. And the last one is, where do you create your alias for leaderboard?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna. I was looking for a little more specific. Let me see if anyone goes through.
Okay. So keep answering, guys.
Yeah, I don't see the actual. New question.
I guess we're gonna have to take a little bit more of a generic answer on
Yeah, I guess I am gonna take a little more generic. I would
So
I would actually probably. I would go with. Let me see. So can I just pick one?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Okay, I would. Looks like Paul Ramos would be the closest to the answer.
Okay.
But it would be in your settings and tools in the customer portal.
Okay. So Paul, need your BMT username, please. All right, guys. So Paul, be sure to type that in. And okay, great. And if anybody else has any other questions, then the contact info for Velocity is on the screen right there. If there's not any other questions, then
it looks like there is one more, the inactivity fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. If you are using one of our free platforms, you would have to do a minimum of 25 round turns a month or you would incur a $30 maintenance fee.
Okay. And I see someone asking that if you have multiple sub-accounts, does that also apply to each sub-account?
Yeah, each account would need to maintain the minimum fee, the minimum trade requirement. Every account would be separate. The only time we can ever group or help you out with anything is if possibly you needed margin. We could use funds to cover a margin call of any sort, but any intraday trading standards or anything like that, each account is separate.
Okay. All right, guys, I'll post the recording for the webinar on BMT sometime tomorrow. I see one more question. If he has his own NinjaTrader license, does he use the fixed commissions or the NinjaTrader commissions on the Velocity website?
If you're going to use Ninja, you should use the Ninja commissions. They have to pay TT a portion for the ladder. It's a little more in depth as to where the fees are supposed to go to. So I would just go straight forward and choose Ninja.
Okay. And I see we'll make this the last question. If you're using multi-charts and you select TT Fix, you still have to pay the monthly account.
Yeah, the maintenance fee. If you are using the fixed connections, you are connecting to our data. Yes, you would still need to have the 25 minimum round turns. The only platforms where that doesn't apply is Xtrader, any subscription or pro where you're paying for the actual platform altogether, or a CQG integrated client. There's a fee for that platform as well, where you wouldn't be required. But any of those people, they wouldn't even be worried about the minimum trade requirement.
Right. Right. Okay, guys. All right. So thank you, Julie, and congratulations to the winners. I'll send you an email shortly and get the contact information over to Velocity. And if you guys have any other questions, then just contact Velocity directly.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks, Julie. Bye.
All right. Thank you.